Ladies and gentlemen, an emotional afternoon here at Evolve 77. Chris Hero's final match and the speech that followed. We're going to show you that speech in its entirety here in this Evolve recap.
Indeed, Joanna, but first, we have some breaking news regarding the Evolve title situation. Check it out. February 24th, Joppa, Maryland, Evolve 78. Timothy Thatcher will defend his Evolve championship against Fred Yehai. The following night, February 25th in Queens, New York, Evolve 79, the winner of that matchup will face Zack Sabre Jr.
Wow, those are matches that I would not want to miss. But first, let's take a look at Chris Hero's emotional farewell.
The winner of the match, Zack Sabre Jr.
Zack Sabre Jr. has slain his dragon. He has climbed the mountain that is Chris Hero and finally reached its summit. The greatest independent wrestling career of all time comes to a close, and it will always be remembered as today Zack Sabre Jr. beats Chris Hero. Hero had to ask himself at some point what it was going to take to put Zack Sabre Jr. away. He kicked out of everything Chris Hero threw at him, and he never gave up. He kept fighting and fighting and fighting until finally Chris Hero had no choice but to tap out to Zack Sabre Jr.
I'm pretty sure I love you too. I appreciate the thank you, heroes. Appreciate the appreciation. Anybody that's ever bought a ticket, bought a shirt, a DVD, watched something on YouTube, that's how I've made a living the last 18 years of you guys, so thank you. If I sat here and thanked every person that truly deserved the thanks, I mean, we'd be here till next year probably. You don't go 18 years as a pro wrestler without getting a hell of a lot of help along the way, so I appreciate everybody. I want to give a very personal, a very heartfelt thank you to this man right here. Thank you, Zach. I've wrestled you in more matches in the last 3 years than anybody in more different places, you know, from California to Maine to New York to Florida. We've wrestled in Japan, we've wrestled in England, we've wrestled all over the world. And I really kicked the shit out of you a lot. But see, I've never... Hey, real if true.
Just getting started.
Yeah. But man, you bring the best out of me. I remember I wrestled this kid here in 2008 in a company that no longer exists called 1PW in England. There we go. 1PW was one of the first independent companies in England that would fly over international talent every single show. So I was fortunate enough to go over there a couple times. In 2008, they had, I think Ric Flair did an autograph signing, and I was wrestling this kid, Zack Sabre Jr., he had real floppy hair, and I started asking around. And first of all, I said, who's Zack Sabre Sr.? And I still don't have an answer to that question. But, hey, wherever he is, whoever he is, he's a proud man, I'll tell you that much. But every time I would ask someone, hey, what's this guy's story? Is he good? What kind of stuff does he do? Everybody kept saying, arm bars. Arm bars. And I'm sure most of you, the first time you saw him, a friend of yours was like, hey man, this guy does crazy arm bars, right? Like it's that Jericho list, and like, arm bar! From 2008, then I think 2010 or 2011, you came to the US for WXW in Germany, and we wrestled in New Jersey. We had a match, and then later on, a couple months later, I went over to England for Pro Wrestling Noah. They had, I mean, if you don't know anything about Pro Wrestling Noah, wow. That's my heart right there. They gave me a chance to come over to Japan, wrestle in front of 16,000 people at Budokan Hall, and that's something I will never, ever. Stepping in the ring with Misawa, Kobashi, Taue. So, those Noah shows in England, they had some local talent on there, and that weekend was a bit of a tryout for Mr. Sabre Jr. over here. He wrestled Katsuhiko Nakajima, and he wrestled Kenta, and Hideo Itami, who's healthy now. And I tell you what, I can't wait to kick that asshole in the face. So this guy right over here, you take a look at Zap, you see a slender, slim guy, and all you hear is arm bars. What he did that weekend was he earned himself a job with Pro Wrestling Noah. He impressed them, and he got to go live and stay in the dojo and train. So my first tour back, once I was released from WWE, I went back over to Noah, and by that time, Zach had already been through the dojo 4 or 5 times and was worked his way up to being a junior tag team champion, and that was the maturation process that made him into who he is today. And you don't do that. You don't do that without hard work. You don't do that without passion. And this guy right here, I guarantee he's a hell of a lot more than arm bars. So, since Evolve has given me a platform, I've been with Gabe. I started with Gabe in Ring of Honor in 2006. I came in and worked the second Evolve show, and I've wrestled almost as many Evolve shows as anybody except maybe Johnny Gargano. And so Evolve has given me this platform. And I don't see anybody in that locker room that's as good as you, my friend. I see guys with different styles, and I see guys that are comparable. guys that can do things he can, but he can do a hell of a lot that nobody back there can do. So Zach, I think you'd look a hell of a lot better with that Evolve belt around your waist. So if I have any clout here at Evolve, if you guys have any, you guys want to see him get a title shot? You want to see somebody win the belt that's actually going to wear it and not let his valet wear it? Albert? And it's the A in AC. Okay, here you go.
Christopher? There's no denying when it comes to wrestling ability and guys establishing the independent scene as a whole, there is nobody greater than you, sir. Nobody. And I don't want to tell too many stories because you've told a lot, but a lot of people don't know. When I met you in 2011 or 10, the first time we wrestled, you were the reason I packed up everything and I moved to St. Louis to pursue my dream to continue to be a professional wrestler. So I thank you for that. So whenever someone says, who's your hero, I'll always say, Chris Hero. And he said, well, there's not much I can really say. Sir, by far, the greatest technical wrestler today. There is no one better than Zack Sabre Jr. Nobody. But if you guys didn't notice, tonight I pulled an upset when I beat Fred Yeha, a WWN double champion. He's the FIP heavyweight champion, and he's also the Evolve tag champion. So if anybody's giving out title shots, I think it's only fair. The man that has something to prove, not only to himself, but all the people that have supported me over the years. I think if we're handing out title shots, you put ACH's name in the hat. First of all, I'm not a valet. I'm an agent.
I see you carrying shit.
And second of all three of you must be illiterate. Why? Because 3 months ago in the WWN alerts, it explicitly stated that no one gets a shot at the Evolve Championship unless they go through me. I dictate who's next in line for a shot at this championship. I'm a fair man, so let me consult with someone real quick. Let me consult with my baby.
I really hope it's not.
How you doing, baby? Yeah? Uh-huh. Yep. Yeah, the one with the big chin. Mm-hmm.
The one with the, yeah.
There we go.
Such a dweeb.
Yeah, the short one with the big teeth. Yeah, him. Uh-huh. Yep. Okay. All right. I love you too. All right. So I consult consulted with baby. So I consulted with baby girl, and the general consensus about you getting a title shot and you getting a title shot is hell no.
Well, looks like the Evolve champ just picked his next challenger as he pointed squarely at Zack Sabre Jr.
I'll tell you what, darling, when I win the belt from that dickhead, you can have the first title shot. But for now, I'm going to whisper some sweet nothings to this gentleman over here, so if you give me a few minutes. Cheers, mate. Chris certainly doesn't need me to say any of this, but I'd like to, for my own personal happiness. I think the last 3 years of my career have been synonymous with almost getting decapitated by this man. And each time I've become a better wrestler. And not only from Chris's in-ring, which I'm sure you all know, what inspires me most from travelling, working, and being friends with Chris Hero is that I can't think of a single instance where he's come in miserable or got to do a show, and you'll be surprised with how many wrestlers, bearing in mind we all choose to do this, like no one is forcing us to do this, the amount of miserable bastards that act like they're doing the world some sort of great service, that they're doing professional wrestling. But not a single occasion have I ever seen Chris anything below the most energised, motivating, wonderful person, and any time that I'm on a show with Chris, I instantly feel more excited. And I think all of us in this locker room and everyone, the majority of people involved in modern wrestling are trying to change the mindset. But, you know, I'm very lucky to have someone with the experience, passion, and talent of Chris Hero actively trying to help me in my career. Because years ago, that wouldn't have happened. People were insecure of their spots. They didn't want young guys to come up. Yet Chris sets the standard. He's above the standard. Chris Hero is the standard. And when you leave, that standard will remain forever because you are independent wrestling. But with that said, we've hogged you for long enough. So, whilst we know you're the greatest of all time, I think it's time that you go and show truly the whole world. So I wish you all the best, and may nothing but happiness come through your door. I'm not going to miss getting dropped to my head multiple times every match. I'm going to go without that.
This has already gone on a little bit longer than I would like. But I got nowhere to be. It's November 2013, I got released from WWE, and for the last couple weeks before that, I felt it was coming, and you know when something's a big shift is coming, and it's not that you're scared of it, you're just completely unsure of what's going to happen. It's going to be a big change, and what can you do? So the amount of support that I received that first weekend after I'd been released was staggering. Just everybody that would reach out, people that either I had known years prior, people within the company, or just fans that have watched me wrestle. And the overwhelming thing was people kept saying, I'm sorry that happened, or man, they really messed up, I wish they wouldn't have let you go. And I fortunately had a couple days to think about it, and I'd never try to have any regrets. I never try to focus on the negative, because one door closes, another door opens, and I just attacked the shit out of the independent wrestling scene in the last couple of years. And it's been a tumultuous time because there are two pretty strong opinions of Chris Hero. And all my supporters, there's a lot of you in here. Man, you guys show me so much love, and when I step in these ropes for you, I can do no wrong. You guys always tell me I have the match of the night, or you always appreciate when I change things up or I do something different. But then there's another genre of fan that, this is opinion, this is perspective. So some people don't like me, some people think I suck. Some people think I'm a big fat ass. But hey, that's okay, because no, man, opinions are opinions, man. There's nothing wrong with that. The thing that helps me is, even though I have a contingent of people that don't want to see me, I have a hell of a lot more people that do want to see me. And to get an opportunity to go back to WWE and give it a second try, give it an old college try. That's not just because of my matches in the last couple of years. That's because over the last 3 years, that support just got stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger. And all of last year, people kept saying I had the best year. Chris Hero had the best 2016, et cetera, et cetera. And I mean, who can really tell? I mean, it's opinion, right? You got guys like Kenny Omega, you got guys like AJ Styles, you got some of the best wrestlers on the planet, and for some people, they like this guy, they like that guy. But just the fact that there's that support, I didn't get that job on my own. You people helped get me that job. The people, my coworkers, my peers, this locker room and other locker rooms all over the world, I'd step in the ring, they'd give me their best, and they'd bring the best out of me. Those people helped me get that second chance. So all I'm saying, don't ever underestimate how much a little support can do. Financial support, emotional support. That's why we do what we do, for this feedback from you people. I will see you again. Thank you very much.
An emotional farewell for the greatest of all time, Chris Hero, as we bid farewell, as he returns to WWE. Fans, it's been an unbelievable weekend. We can't thank you enough for joining us here on Flow Slam. Evolve will be back in the month of February on the 24th and 25th. And we look forward to bringing you Evolve 78 and 79. For Joanna Rose, I'm Lenny Leonard. For the last time, so long, Chris Hero.
Spatula. Be his guest to leave a bloody mess. You can't F with his moveset. Take your breath in a slugfest with the suplex. Violence at its finest. Pound you with the ground game or high flying like he's death defying. No lying, this is real as it gets. A perfect mix of killer instincts with ring general shit. Apply a double chicken wing with a tight grip. Middle of the ring, have you crying I quit. Lucha Libre influenced, king of wrestling, undisputed. Swear to hurt you in the squared circle, beat you stupid. With maneuvers higher impact than a mule kick, leave you toothless. Number one champion, get the job done. When the bell rings, get your bell rung. Here he comes, better bring your best, cause here comes the best. Who's your hero? It's Chris Hero. Quick to injure any contender. So who's your hero? It's Chris Hero. You better call the coppers, your mama and a doctor. You was about to get clobbered in a slobber knocker. Cruising for a bruising, ain't no way he's losing. So who's your hero? It's Chris Hero. Leave the ring feeling miserable. His defense is impenetrable, so the advantage is considerable. If you want a war, bet he wants it more. Better pass a peace pipe like you're Satan bull. Looking for a sweet lick, well he ain't one. You want love? Get a show on VH1. Cause he don't play games or you'll get maimed. His main aim is to inflict pain. Leave the ring apron bloodstained. Have the crowd going wild like they're untamed. He'll win easily like you're untrained. Then grin evilly while you complain. Once again, it's flawless offense, done with precision. Get locked up, he's hit and focus submission. Pound for pound, the best without a doubt. So come on down and get knocked the fuck out. Yeah, better bring your best, cause here comes the best. Who's your hero? It's Chris Hero. Quick to injure any contender. So who's your hero? It's Chris Hero. You better call the coppers, your mama and a doctor. Who's about to get clobbered in a slobber knocker. Cruising for a bruising, ain't no way he's losing. So who's your hero? It's Chris Hero.
What's that cable? Bring it down. What's that cable? Thank you, man.